Alright, thanks for sticking with me. So in the last video we did our DataRaptor extract, and I do realize it was a pretty simple one. We didn't have any filters, any limits, any sort bars or whatnot. So stick around and I'll show you how to do that. So now we need to do our DataRaptor transform. And actually having a look at the data between takes, I am going to change it slightly because the account's always going to be the same one, because that's what we've got in our extract. So rather than having the parent one being account like that and having name repeated several times, I'm just going to come into my output, and for our account, we're just going to call this one account name. And I'm going to leave it like that. So and then yes, let me just preview that just to confirm. Yeah, so we've got account name because it's always going to be the same, and then names being removed from in there. So happy with that, good to go. What we're going to do now is come into DataRaptors again, and this time we're going to create our transform. So just by the way, if it doesn't show the previous one, you do need to click on the refresh button for that to come up there. So there's our dr extract docgen example. So I'm just going to go new, and this time I'm going to go dr transform docgen example, and it is going to be our transform, and we'll save that. So in a transform, we've got the expected input path and what the output path is going to be. So the input path is what's coming in from the DataRaptor extract, and the output is what is going to be in our template. Now, the order that I build this in is I normally go my DataRaptors first, then I'll go my template, and then I'll put it all together. But I guess in most cases you'll get, you'll have at least an idea of what's going into the template. So when I built mine at work, I actually got the template delivered to me by a BA, and then they had like insert this field here, insert that there, and then that's when I went and updated the document that they sent me and put in the merge fields there, which are our DataRaptor transform output path there. What we can do as well, you could paste in an input there and then click on quick match, and that would do that all for you. I tend to prefer to do it manually. I think you get a bit more control of everything that way as well. So just really quickly what I could do, I know that we're expecting account name. So if I click on plus there, my input path is account name, and I want my output path to also be account name. And we've got our output data type here as well. So this is where you can put if it's a currency, if it's a date, and so forth. If you leave it as it is, it'll just come through as the data type that it was. So just to quickly show you what this looks like, if I go into my extract and I copy the response and go into preview and paste in the response there as the input, and then click on execute, that will show me what's going to be the result of this transform. So our account name is coming through as that there. And now if we go back into our transforms, we can repeat for the remaining items there. So I just made a quick note of what I need to add in. So we've got our opportunity type and a username, etc. Now, because we're expecting more than one, this is where we're going to have a repeater. So our input path is account, and then we've called it opportunity name. We could have the same output path, noting that we do need the colon there as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this just for the purpose of demonstrations, and because I think it makes a bit more sense in our document as well, is I'm just going to call this repeater one. Or actually, let's go repeat one, and then colon, and then I'm going to call this opportunity name, like that. And now when I preview this, we can see that within that repeat, and this is what I want to be repeating in the table, we've got all of our opportunity names there. And now just really essentially we just go through and we copy it. So we'll go opportunity amount as well. So coming in there, and so this one we're going to say is currency, and let's preview. So I am based in Australia, so that's why it's come through as AUD like that. Unfortunately, being in Australia, it doesn't come through with a $sign. In my work, I ended up creating a Apex class that ended up converting it into a currency. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to show you how to do that. If you'd like to know, let me know. But if you're based in the US or UK or wherever, you'll probably find that your currency letter will come up there. So just ignore that one for now. So that's what we've got in there. Just checking to see what else I want to add. We'll go stage name as well. Oops. And we're going to go username as well. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we've got that there as well. And I'm just going to quickly show you a really easy formula. So what I want to do is get today's date on there. So I'm just going to add in a formula. And I'm pretty sure you just put in today. And then I want that to return as today. So, oh, don't forget that when you do put in a formula, you've got to add it into the transforms as well. So today, and we'll make that one today. And let's preview. Okay, so not coming through as a particularly friendly looking format. So if we come back into transform, and we're just going to change that to this one here. Now, being in Australia, we use a different date format. So you can just go in there and change that like that. And now when I preview, it's got the date there. Or let's say perhaps that I actually want it to be like this. So let's preview that now. And I actually wanted to have the full December name, so we'll just play with that a bit more and add in another M, and that's giving me the dates there. So this is our output for the transform. And now I do realize that we're not including all of the fields that we use in the extract. I don't want this video to go for too long, so I'll do that later. So what we have is we're going to have our account name, the current date, we're going to have the stage name, the amount, the username, and the opportunity name, and that will be in a table there. What I might just really quickly do is add in one more. I think it will be the type. So let's just, we'll go back here and type in type. And yes, we'll do type. So count, oops. Okay, so that's our transform. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 merge fields, and I'll show you how that all works in together.